Well, happy Thursday or Friday Eve, as some people like to call it. I'm CBS 8 meteorologist Vanessa Paz. As we inch towards the end of the work week and say hello to our first full weekend of September, we do have relief on the way. We just got to wait a few days to really feel the difference. As we take a look at your weather headlines, hopping into your Thursday, we are looking forward to a warm and muggy end of the week, and then we'll have a drier weekend ahead with major noticeable cooling by the time we get to next week. So I did a side-by-side in terms of the difference to what we can expect for Friday versus Tuesday, because Tuesday is when temperatures are really going to drop and it will feel much more comfortable outside. So tomorrow we'll shoot for the mid to high 70s for our coastal areas. Downtown San Diego, for example, will get close to 80 degrees. And then by next Tuesday, we'll be about 3 degrees cooler. The real difference in temperatures will be for interior parts of the county. For example, forecasting more 80s in the mix for tomorrow afternoon. And then we're talking about high 70s by the time we get to next Tuesday for spots like Vista. That's about 5 degrees cooler in comparison. El Cajon will shoot up close to 90 degrees tomorrow, and then by next Tuesday we're talking about a 7-degree difference in temperatures. Even the mountains and desert areas will see their fair share of a cool down, anywhere between 5 to 7 degrees cooler by the time we get to the middle of next week. So we do have relief on the way. We just have to be patient. Our satellite and radar composite continues to show this ridge of high pressure pulling in that monsoonal moisture from the Gulf of California, ushering in some thunderstorm activity, especially for the Four Corners and parts of southern Nevada. This trough of low pressure not really doing much for us yet, with the exception of Northern California. Much of the state still experiencing those very warm temperatures. However, that area of low pressure will continue to enhance onshore flow by the time we get to the weekend, especially. So we're still not done with that monsoonal moisture. We still have the chance for pop-up thunderstorms, especially looking ahead to this afternoon around 3-4 o'clock, and that could result into a flood advisory. There were flood advisories, for example, triggered yesterday due to that instability for some portions of the foothill and mountain areas. We could see that activity comparable this afternoon as well as tomorrow. And then by Saturday, most of that moisture is out of here. It will still feel a little muggy, but in terms of those thunderstorms forming in the mountain areas, we'll see less chances. For example, we're seeing anywhere between 50 to 54% chance of mountain showers and thunderstorms for today, and then we notice it really start to drop, especially this weekend, when the chances become anywhere between 0 to 5% or so. It's going to be another mild night, especially for the coastal areas. We'll drop down to the high 60s from Carlsbad all the way to downtown San Diego. For interior parts of the county, a little cooler, but not by much. We'll drop down to the mid to low 60s for areas like Poway, and then we'll touch down to the high 50s for neighborhoods like Ramona. Here's what's in store for tomorrow's highs. We'll be in the high 70s for the coastal areas. The mountains and the inland valleys will produce highs in the mid to upper 80s, and we'll be touching close to 100 degrees for our desert areas, which is a lot cooler than where we should be for this time of year. Minimal daily changes when it comes to the coast and inland areas all the way through Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday is when we really start to feel that difference in temperatures. We'll go from the high 70s to the low 70s by Tuesday, and then we'll be closer to that 90-degree mark through the start of next week, and then we're in the low 80s by the time we get to next Tuesday and Wednesday for the inland valleys. So we do have relief, and not only will temperatures start to drop, but humidity levels will also plummet as well. So it will feel much more comfortable when it comes to those outdoor activities. The mountain areas will be in the 80s all the way up until Tuesday, but notice how we have a little bit of a jump on Monday and Tuesday when it comes to those daytime highs for the mountains and desert areas, and then temperatures will start to drop for the county's eastern half by the middle of next week.